Radar can target your in-store shoppers with your ads in all the real places.
Big Brother Watch's new report, The Streets Are Watching, is an in-depth look at surveillance tactics that have been used to determine which adverts you see on your high streets and the risks it poses to your privacy. I'm here in central London, in front of a billboard owned by Clear Channel, a company which owns thousands of screens like this across UK. Now, Clear Channel use huge volumes of data derived from phone tracking to decide which adverts are shown on screens like this and when.
Good evening. You can move the old-fashioned John Anderton provides gourmet cuisine. John Anderton. You can use a Guinness.
Clear Channel works with the German data company AdSquare, which builds huge predictive models of where different groups of people are likely to be and when. So brands can target their ads on the exact billboards they think their target audiences will walk past. Clear Channel says the groups it can target include 18 to 24-year-old cinema goers, food-loving frequent eat-out diners, and parents who have recently visited a department store. All this information is collected by tracking at least 10% of phones in the UK, which adds up to more than 8 million devices. Your precise GPS coordinates, how you use your phone, details about your device are all scooped up by trackers in apps, which then collect this data and sell it on to third-party data companies like AdSquare. Both Clear Channel and AdSquare claim that people have consented to this data being collected by trackers by agreeing to the terms and conditions of the apps they download on their phone. But Big Brother Watchers analysed various trackers known to sell data to AdSquare and found the information is often limited, vague, or not there at all. There are genuine questions about this consent when an ordinary person cannot understand what is happening to their data and who it has been sold on to. A key principle of the UK's data protection laws is transparency about what happens to your data and where it is sent. If you can't understand what happens to your information, you cannot give consent about what happens to it. AdSquare and Clear Channel claim to handle data properly and only with people's consent, but the ethics are a bit different. We found that one of the companies formerly called Xmode and now at Logic have also sold data to American law enforcement. As smart devices become more and more common, collecting huge amounts of data about us, we as individuals need to be careful about the privacy risks posed by this mass data collection and be conscious of what happens to our data and who processes it. This with the billboards is one of the first big examples of how data from one of our devices, our phones, is used to profile us and alter how we interact with the world in a different way, how we see billboards on the high street. The rise of these devices poses a massive security risk with the integration of data about us across multiple devices. This is something we need to address as a society, how data about us is collected, processed and stored. The Streets Are Watching is a chilling insight into surveillance-driven advertising and how it's leaked from the internet into the real world. It centres about revelations to do with phone tracking and billboards, but we also look at facial detection and cameras that scan your vehicle to customise and edit adverts. Check out bigbrotherwatch.org.uk to read the report and find out how you can act to protect your privacy in the age of surveillance-driven advertising.